Ulysses and the Odyssey's true journey towards the coast of North America and I guess South America, according to Erietta Mertz and Siegfried Petridis. Let's remember that Minoan DNA from Crete of ancient Greece was found in the North American native Indian tribes, especially along the Great Lakes area. And we know that they had already had shipping lanes and trading all the way along the coasts of Europe up to the British Isles, the same continuing their passage towards Faroe Islands, Iceland, Greenland, and onto the coast Newfoundland, and that way going down the coast towards North America. But these anthropologists and archaeologists saying that they know that there were the travels and wonders of Ulysses during his Odyssey, and the study of Erietta Mertz, the first to dare to confront the prevailing view that Ulysses wandered in the Mediterranean was the American Henrietta Mertz, who in 1965 published in Chicago, USA, the book called The Wine Dark Sea, and the title in Greek was Inops Pontos, published by Neathesis 1995. Later in 1969, the Argonautic, for which the Great Conviction, based on her own personal research and exploration in North and South America, states the position that Ulysses' voyage also had an important part outside of the Mediterranean area. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Mrs. Mertz's view is that Ulysses traveled to the shores of America with the help of sea currents. Mrs. Mertz located the places that Ulysses visited based on the speed of the sea currents and the duration of the journeys from station to station as mentioned in the Odyssey. Mrs. Mertz's views are reinforced by archaeologists' finds found in the American continent. The profile of Ulysses wandering after the fall of Troy, based on the findings of Erietta Mertz, who studied Homer's text verse by verse in conjunction with various recent discoveries and observations reported by Homer himself, for example, travel time, etc. And the map shows the area where the Sirens were, at which point on the American continent were Scylla and Charybdis, and through which road Ulysses returned to Ithaca with the help of the Gulf Stream all the way. And then we have the study of Siegfried Petridis. The Greeks have a proven history, a naval history dating back to at least 7,250 BC. That's almost 9,250 years ago, as evidenced by the findings of the Phraxi cave in Argolida in Greece. He said, the uniqueness of the Greek geographical area, hence the presence in a relatively small area, the Aegean Sea, of hundreds of islands, allowed its prehistoric inhabitants very early on the development of communication by sea. Over the years and gaining experience in sea voyages, the Aegean sailors became more daring, sailing north to the Black Sea, south to Egypt and Phoenicia, and west to Italy and Spain, Iberia at that time, discovering that the sea on the voyage was surrounded everywhere on land with only one exit. They did not hesitate to go north to see the islands of tin, which were in England. That's where they used to get their tin utensils from. We know that even Joseph of Arimathea, who was Jesus Christ's uncle and high priest at the time, had a shipping company, and he used to trade Mediterranean items from the Mediterranean area towards England, and he would bring back tin. And that's why there's a legend that while Jesus Christ was still a young lad, he would accompany his uncle's ships to England. And that's why the English believe that, yes, the Lord Jesus Christ did visit them and their beautiful green shores. Now, England for tin and for something called electron, but also for thea-proof. I don't know what that is exactly. Thea-proof, electron, and towards the west. Anyway, whatever that was, something else as well. In the Odyssey, Greek edition, page 139. Now, the Greek literature is rich in references to the geographical knowledge of the ancient Greeks, and in the study of Mr. Petridis are presented data concerning the geographical knowledge for the areas. Asia in the east, south Ethiopia, Kyrenia, Egypt, and North Africa. And in the west, Italy, the islands of West Italy, Sardinia, Corsica, Elba, Capri, Ischia, the Iberian Peninsula, that is Spain, France, northeastern Europe, Britain, and Ireland. From the Greek literature, it appears that the Greeks are very familiar with astronomical observations. Let's remember they had the Antikythera device, which was able to follow the constellations above us, and also at any point in time, how far from the sun and the earth every planet was. So why did they have to know such extreme details of every planet in our solar system? Anyway, now the sailors at that time used the constellations to orient themselves during their night voyages. The astronomical references of the Odyssey are of great importance in the research of Ulysses' journey. Mentioned in Homer that Arctic and various things having to do with, I can't even describe what it means here, that during their night voyages, they used to have special sayings. Okay, I don't understand what that means, but anyway, an Arcton, who is also called Amaxa, a carriage that is, who spins around and guards Orion and who alone is involved in bathing of the ocean. The constellation is eternal, no falls between the horizons, so the wonderful goddess Calypso advised him to travel with her in her left hand, whatever that means. That's a part of the Homer Odyssey. Now the next text contains very important information. O Homer, speak of ocean and not Pontus, as we called it ocean. The ancient Greeks called it the surrounding sea, not the universe, the sea outside of the columns of Hercules, about which Strabo agrees. These were always open, declared in the Atlantic Sea. That is, all these are clearly declared under Homer as taking place in the Atlantic, according to Odyssey, verse 18. The many years of experience of archaeologist Petridis as a sailor helped him to confirm, or even correct where necessary, the conclusions of the American Mertz, based on the reports that come from Homer for the duration of the journey from station to station, and the additional details that may be mentioned. That's for example, wind direction, ship routes, island descriptions, etc. Example, Aeolia. Homer writes that he says, he gave me a bag of 9-year-old oxen, which he slaughtered and closed in there the movements of the winds with their many buzzes, because he had been made by Saturn's son to watch over the winds, to stop and defile whoever he liked, and he tied the bag in the sunken boat with shiny silver thread, so that it would not blow even a little. Leave only Zephyrus, the west wind, to blow for my sake to go home, and the ships and ourselves. So that Aeolus begged under Ulysses, blocked all the winds, you left only the Urian for him, Zephyr, on the west wind. Opera means that Ulysses was west of Ithaca and about the same latitude as it. And the narrative continues. For 9 days and nights we continued to travel, Aeolia Island should be an island located west of Ithaca and at a distance equivalent to a trip of 9 days with a favorable wind. The distance Lipari Island, Ithaca Island, does not exceed 270 miles, and for a 9-day sail, the average speed is 270 divided by 9 by 4 is 1.25 knots, but an hourly cruising speed of 1.25 knots is not a favor of Aeolus but martyrdom. On the contrary, the distance from the island of Majorca to Sardinia, Sicily to Ithaca, is 870 miles, and for 9 days the average speed is 4.3 knots, hence a speed of calm sea walk, acceptable from any point of view. So here is the island of Aeolia, Odyssey, the Greek edition, page 216, the real journey of Ulysses. Why did they hide it from us? From the above, it can be concluded that Ulysses did not reach the American continent by chance, being carried away by the sea currents, according to Mertz, the American. It turns out that the Greeks also had seagoing ships, very strong construction, fast and flexible. They knew very well the art of navigation, but also the art of navigation taking advantage of the two driving forces of ships, oars and sails, to steer their boats where they wished. Now, according to these images come from the book from Zipatridis, and related biography by Henrietta Mertz, publication Nea Thesis, and others. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. I've translated this for you from a Greek article.